Chapter 1. The Daughter They Never Chose. My parents called me the useless daughter for 25 years, so when they rewrote the family will, my name was not in it. I was sitting at the dining table when my father said it. Olivia will take over Bennett Holdings. She is the future of this family. Everyone clapped. My mother smiled like this moment had been planned for years. And Clara, my father added, barely looking at me, is still figuring things out. Soft laughter, controlled, polite, but sharp enough to cut. I kept my eyes on my plate. I learned early that reacting only made things worse. This was not new. It never was. When I was 10, my parents forgot my birthday. Not completely. They remembered the day. They just chose not to celebrate it. Because Olivia had a piano competition the same week. She needs focus, my mother said. So we kept the house quiet. No cake, no candles. Just dinner, like any other day. When I was 13, I asked if I could join a summer business camp. Olivia was already enrolled. My father looked at the brochure, then at me. That program is competitive, he said. It might be too much for you. Too much. That phrase followed me everywhere. At 16, Olivia got a car. At 18, she got an internship. At 22, she had a career path. At every step, she was introduced as the future. And me? I was introduced as nothing. Sometimes not introduced at all. I stopped asking for things. Stopped expecting anything. Stopped believing I would ever belong in that world. My name is Clara Bennett. I am 29 years old. I live in San Francisco. And for most of my life, I believed I was exactly what they said I was. Not enough. Not capable. Not important. Until one night changed everything. I was standing behind the kitchen door when I heard my mother say, "Not every child is meant to succeed at the same level." Her voice was calm, almost kind. That made it worse, because it meant she believed it. Something inside me went quiet. Not broken, just done. I stopped trying to prove them wrong, and started building something they could not see. Chapter 2. The Life They Never Saw. I built my life in silence. During the day I worked. Reception, admin, retail, anything that paid rent. At night I learned. Finance, startups, market behavior. I did not learn fast, but I learned deeply. I developed my own system. Visual thinking, patterns, connections. I did not read like others. I saw structure, flow, weakness. At 25, I joined a small startup. No reputation, no funding. I was hired as an operations assistant. No one expected anything from me. That was my advantage. Invisible people hear everything. I sat in meetings no one thought I understood. I listened, mapped, connected. One afternoon, the team celebrated a major deal. Everyone was excited, except me, because something felt wrong. The numbers worked short term, but the structure was broken. I hesitated. Then I spoke. "You are underestimating long-term cost exposure," I said. Silence. Someone smirked. The CEO leaned forward. "Explain." So I did. Slow, clear, precise. 2 weeks later, they restructured the deal. 3 months later, they avoided a loss that would have destroyed the company. After that, things changed. Not dramatically, but enough. People started asking for my input quietly, privately. One senior advisor told me something I never forgot. "You do not think like them," he said. "That is why you see what they miss." I did not become powerful, but I became necessary. Meanwhile, my family still saw nothing. At every gathering, Olivia just closed another deal. Olivia is extraordinary. Then someone would turn to me. "So, Clara, what are you doing?" "I'm working," I would say. That answer satisfied them, because they never wanted more. By 28, the startup exploded. Growth, investors, expansion. And I was no longer assisting. I was shaping decisions. Then came the acquisition, hundreds of millions. And I had equity, not large, but enough. Enough to change everything. I sat in my apartment that night, looking at the numbers, realizing something for the first time. I was not behind. I was just invisible. And invisibility had protected me. Chapter 3. The Day They Erased Me. The event was held in our company headquarters. Large, polished, important. My father stood on stage, confident, certain. Today, Olivia Bennett becomes the future CEO of Bennett Holdings. Applause filled the room. Cameras flashed. My mother beamed with pride. I stood at the back, unseen, unmentioned. After the speech, I walked past a group of executives. She is brilliant, one said. And the other daughter? Another asked. A pause. Then she's not part of this. That sentence should have hurt, but it did not, because it was the same story I had heard my entire life. That night, I went home, opened my laptop, reviewed the acquisition documents again. My shares, my position, my leverage. Then I saw something unexpected. The company that acquired us was negotiating with Bennett Holdings a potential acquisition. I leaned back and finally smiled. For the first time in my life, I was not outside the system. I was on the other side of it. Chapter 4. I walked in as their worst mistake. The meeting was scheduled a week later. Private, high level, critical. I arrived early. Wearing a suit I chose myself. No approval. No permission. When I walked in, no one noticed me. Then my father looked up, and everything stopped. Clara? My sister turned. Confusion, then disbelief. What are you doing here? I sat down. Calm, steady, in control. I am here for the acquisition discussion, I said. My father laughed. You are not part of this. I met his eyes, and for the first time, I did not feel small. You said I was not part of this company, I replied. I paused, let it land. So I became part of the one buying it. Silence, heavy, unavoidable. The lead investor spoke. Clara Bennett represents our side of the deal. The room shifted. Power changed direction. My father leaned back slowly, like the ground beneath him had moved. My sister stared at me, not with arrogance. With uncertainty, we reviewed the terms. Control structure, voting rights, strategic changes. I spoke when necessary. Clear, direct, certain. When the meeting ended, no one argued, because the outcome was already decided. Ending. I did not need them anymore. I did not destroy the company. I did not humiliate them. I did not take revenge. I fixed what was broken, removed what did not work, strengthened what mattered. My father stepped down months later, quietly, without ceremony. My sister stayed. For the first time in her life, she had to prove herself. And me? I stopped waiting, stopped asking, stopped proving, because I already knew who I was. They spent my whole life deciding what I was worth, and I spent one moment proving they were wrong. So tell me, if the people who raised you never believed in you, would you keep trying to earn their approval? Or would you build something so strong you never needed it again?